What's up, everyone? 6 months ago, I experienced a major change in mountain biking and purchased my first dropper post, the PNW Components Bachelor 150, and today I'm going to review it for you. You'll also hear from some special guests, so stay tuned. This past spring, my friends and I took a weekend mountain biking trip to DuPont and Pisgah. It was on that trip that I quickly realized how much I would benefit from a dropper post. I've now owned the PNW Components Bachelor 150 dropper post for approximately 6 months. Since I've had the opportunity to test it out on the trail after a couple hundred miles, it's a good time to share this review video. Spoiler alert, there's very little I dislike about it. The PNW Components Bachelor dropper post is an internally routed, cable-actuated dropper available in 30.9 or 31.6 diameters and 150 or 170 millimeters of travel. The Bachelor differs from the PNW Components Vernier as it uses an air cartridge instead of a coil spring, which allows you to adjust the return rate. The PNW Components Bachelor 150 dropper post lists for $250 on PNW's website. In this review, I'll cover the build quality, install, and performance. Upon receiving the dropper and pulling it out of the box, I immediately noticed how solid it felt in my hand. I've read it's slightly heavier than some droppers, however it looks very well constructed. The dropper is made of a lighter alloy and the head where you connect the seat post is fully adjustable. In the 6 months I've been using it, I haven't noticed any wiggle or play in the saddle. Installing the dropper post is manageable by most people with basic bike maintenance skills. As it is the first dropper I've installed, it likely took longer than it should to complete. The instructions and steps are straightforward, and the most difficult part is routing the cable and making sure the cable length is correct. My one minor complaint is that I did have to fidget a little to get the saddle positioned and bolted onto the post. And given that you need to remove the saddle to adjust the air pressure, I don't intend to do that often. Maybe once a season to add air and grease the saddle rails. After 6 months of riding with the dropper, I'm impressed thus far with the performance. A dropper post is a game changer for positioning on your bike, and the performance of the PNW Components Bachelor 150 has given me a new level of confidence on descents and in-turns. One minor performance issue I experience once or twice a ride is the post doesn't drop when activated. I've determined this is the result of me being slightly too far forward on my saddle, and my weight isn't over the post at the right angle to drop it. The slightest shift backwards on the saddle and the post immediately drops. The standard thumb lever that comes with the dropper is accessible, easy to use, and responsive. I've heard from other riders it's also better than some of the standard button levers. PNW Components has recently launched their Loam lever, which looks awesome, and I've heard great reviews. I've put a link to the Loam lever in the description below. Now enough about my opinion, let's hear from 3 other members of the mountain biking community.
Hey folks, this is Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking, and I wanted to talk to you real quick about the Pacific Northwest Bachelor seat post that I have running on my mountain bike. So the seat post that came on this mountain bike ended up breaking to the point that I couldn't even get it repaired anymore. So I wanted to get a high quality, reliable seat post to replace it. A couple reasons why I went with the Bachelor. One, I've heard that it's a solid, high quality product. 2, I heard it was really easy to install. And 3, I heard that the company that supports the product is just a very, very good company. Really good customer support. They're just concerned with making sure their customers are happy. When I got the product and I unboxed it, I knew I picked up the right seat post. The thing is solid. It is totally built like a tank. It installed super easy. I had no problems installing it whatsoever. And I'm really comfortable with it. So far, it's been working great, right? I mean, So all I can tell you about the seat post is that I'm really happy with it. It's built solid. I've got no problems with it. It's just as high a quality seat post as any of the other high quality seat posts that I run on my other mountain bikes. So definitely give it a thumbs up and would recommend it to you.
Hey, it's Eric from No Front Brakes. I am about 2 months into riding with the PNW Bachelor. Before that I had a RockShox Reverb, and so far I love the Bachelor. I am nowhere near mechanic level, and I installed it myself and made a video about it, and it was pretty simple. I've done 2 races with it so far, and it has treated me well. There's no more play or wobble in the seat. My cockpit is a little different, but I have it pretty dialed now and I love it so far. I highly recommend the Bachelor.
Hey everyone, my name is Joseph from Trail Features, and Nick asked me to briefly talk about the Bachelor dropper post and why I like it so much. And while I could sit here and talk about the quality of the product, the price versus the quality, and some of the features like a dropper lever being included in the box, it's actually the company themselves, which is why I like the dropper post so much. I had the opportunity this past summer to ride with one of the co-founders and owners of PNW Components, Aaron. And Aaron is such a legit dude. It was really cool to be able to sit and talk with him and just realize how passionate he is about what he does and mountain biking as a whole. It's why whenever you have an issue and email the company, Aaron is the one that emails back. So it's pretty awesome to be able to say that the owner of the company is taking notice of your issue and working to make it right. Whenever I mention PNW Components on any of my videos, I always get someone commenting on how awesome they were treated by Aaron and PNW when they had any problems with their product. There's an old saying in retail, it's not what you said or what you did that the customer remembers, it's how you made them feel that they'll remember the most. And Aaron very much lives by that. So really, that's the standout feature for me, Aaron and the company and the brand that he's building as a whole. So that's all I have. Back to you, Nick.
It's always great to hear from other members of the mountain biking community. So special thanks to Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking and Eric from No Front Brakes, as well as Joseph from Trail Features. Thanks a lot, guys, for helping with this review video. I'll leave links to their channels in the description below, as well as a link to the PNW Components website so you can view all their products. Thanks for watching.